Come, are you recording it?
Yeah, we are streaming.
Yeah, we are streaming. All right. Good. Carry on.
I can hear you guys fine.
Great. Welcome, Hemal, and thanks everyone who would be joining online. So, in this Grow Money Trading courses orientation, we would be going through a quick run through our GMT team, the courses schedule, and with the course content, we would help you clarify why you should be joining this course and which course could be suitable to you. And we would also share information in terms of what will be the course fee, and would be happy to answer any question while we are presenting and talking about the course content, or you could feel free to ask questions towards the end as well.
Sure.
So in terms of the journey for Grow Money Trading, Hemal, you have been part of GMT almost through the inception year. So in January 2020, we started with the GMT WhatsApp group, where I created this small group with my close friends and colleagues, and this grew into a big community. Pretty soon now we are on almost these 8 social platforms. We regularly have our weekly sessions, which is live stream on YouTube, and WhatsApp group has been our still center point, where we communicate in terms of what stocks we usually recommend our members, and have been quite engaging community, which has been growing by year. And what we noticed by mid of June is that there were some members from the GMT community who requested us that if we could share our learnings and technicals about the price movement, about the stock market in a structured manner. And based on those requests, we came together as a GMT team and registered ourselves as an organization in June. We launched our website, which I believe most of you would have visited. Himal, I believe you would have checked our website as well. So this website is a source where we share all the upcoming courses and information in terms of what's coming up next. We started with the beginners course, wherein we put up a content thinking anyone who is totally unknown to the stock market would like to begin trading journey from ground zero. We had the content such that anyone who joins this course gets familiar with the stock market terminologies, the different factors which affect the stock prices and the stock markets in general. We scaled this course to a full-fledged trading course, which covers various instruments. Specifically, we talk about stocks and ETFs. We also cater to some of our learners who are more interested into cryptos. Although the focus of the course remains towards technicals, which drive the prices in terms of their trend and momentum, and how various professional traders around the world trade based on the technicals. We cover the technical indicators, technical chart patterns, which help you to take trading decisions buy, sell, and hold as professionals do, so that you could become consistently profitable.
Okay.
This course, as I mentioned, since we scaled from a beginner's course, is currently very suitable for anyone who doesn't have any trading experience. Also is good for those who have trading experience, have been trading for quite some time, but are unfamiliar with the technicals and would like to understand the technicals, learn the technicals. This course comprised of few classes where we do hands-on to make sure that it's not just theoretical information that we share. You get to apply those on the charts, do your hands dirty as you go through the course. We just wrapped up with one batch just few minutes back, and we would be planning this course after our advanced course, which is futures and options, which is planned to start next. This course is for those who would be interested in trading options primarily, and would like to learn the basics of options as well as option strategies. We'll go into depth in terms of what would be the course content for both, and we can talk more about the content at time. Talking about the GMT team, we started as a 5-member team. I believe you are familiar with me. I'm Kamal. Tahir Ijaz, he is one of our lead instructor. He is in Vancouver. He covers the fundamentals and some of the key technical topics. Then Aditya, he is currently in Brampton. He's also going to move to Niagara Falls by next week, so he'll be
Nice.
my neighbor.
So you're
Then we
creating
have,
a GMT community in Niagara.
yes, of course, and we are planning to grow together here in Niagara Falls.
Good, good.
Yeah, and would be happy to see many more joining us here and grow together with us.
Yeah.
So talking further about Vivek, he has been one of our very active member in our crypto group. He prefers trading as well as investing in cryptos. And we have next Vivek Bhatia sir, who doesn't need introduction. He is there smiling, and I believe he those who go through this course and join our analysis session become more fond of trading, fall into love in trading, all with the enthusiasm that Vivek sir brings, the passion that he brings to our course and to our team. His experience and presence is something that we are blessed, and we learn from him on a daily basis, his analysis, the trades that he takes, and the guidance that he provides. I know Vivek sir, I've said few words, but those are still less. If you would like to add something from your end.
No, Kamal, thank you very much for your kind words. I mean, all I can say is it's been a pleasure being here with you, with the team all across. You started your WhatsApp in January 2020. We got affiliated to each other in July 12th, 2020, and we have been together since then. So far, so good. I've had a wonderful journey so far, and I'm looking forward to many more years togetherness. Trading is like a passion to me. I like to rub it off to all my learners. I can't call them students because they all are above the age of almost the age of my elder son. So every one of them now coming in to learn, to start a second career, can only be a keen learner and not a student. So with those few words, thank you for your kind words, and I'll speak when I'm called for. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. So moving further, in terms of our upcoming courses, you can find the information on our website. And the next course that we are starting is next Friday. It's Futures and Options course. And following that, as of now, we have scheduled the trading course on June 24th. But as Vivek sir mentioned a few minutes back, if there are more key interested members, we could prepone this class as well. And we have a flexibility in terms of time, which I'll be covering when I take you to the website. So from here, I will take you all to the GMT website, where we can talk more in terms of the course content. So this is our website, where you can find information about the courses. So the next batch is Futures and Options course starting on 26th. Following that, we have a key event coming up. Last year on June 11, 2022, we had our in-person Grow Money trading and investing seminar in Brampton, Toronto, GTA. This year we will be having on the same date, and the venue will be Niagara Falls. The significance of 11 June is that that's the date on which we had incorporated in 2021. So it will be our second year anniversary when we'll be having this seminar, this time in Niagara Falls. So would be good time to see you all, if possible, meet and learn from the key speakers. The topics here is based on what we had last year, and out of these topics, the speakers have already confirmed, and we are planning to add few more topics here. Abhishek Dubey might not be available, but we would still have another mortgage specialist who would be talking on the topic, and would be a good time to learn about ways that you could invest and grow your money, and understand from various specialists what are the various opportunities where your money could grow with some active effort, or even with passive. What it needs is awareness and planning. So our speakers would be sharing that during that in-person session. And following that, we would have our next course. Here we are still flexible in terms of the date. As you see here, I have mentioned here July because we are still discussing in terms of what date we could take. It's likely that we could prepone this to 24th June or even sooner, depending upon the number of learners availability.
Okay.
And now going further into the courses itself, and we will first talk about the course that is coming up, the options course, what this course would offer. As part of this course, we would be covering the basics of the options, as well as some of the option strategies that are used by active traders, and the option instruments, or on which instruments can you trade options. We would cover some of the advanced indicators, and we'll talk about option geeks and option chain, and some of the key strategies. I will take to the course website so we can see in detail what will you learn from the course. And in terms of this course itself, this particular course is is for those who have some trading experience, who have been trading stocks, ETFs, or even options in other exchanges. We would be able to provide the basis, the prepare your base so that you could advance yourself and understand what drives the options prices, what are the factors that affects the option prices, so that you could become self-independent and start taking option trades. In terms of the course duration, we are starting this course on Friday, 26th of May until 24th of June. This batch we have scheduled it slightly differently. Instead of Saturdays and Sundays, we have kept Friday and Saturday. This would be in the evening from 8:30 p.m. to 10:30 p.m. And this is primarily because one of our member has requested for time in the evening, because she is working on Saturday and Sunday during the morning and afternoon. So we have catered to his need and shifted the time of the next batch in the evenings. Our usual batches are on Saturday and Sunday in the morning. This batch is an exception where we are taking Friday and Saturday evening, so that we can sleep little late. You don't have to get up early. As always, we will be taking the classes on Zoom, and the classes will be recorded. So we will share the recordings on Zoom. We usually share the recordings on private link. And once you enroll into the course, we share how you can have access to each class recording. And also once the batch is done, how you can access all the classes together.
Okay.
Now, before going to the learners, in terms of what you will be learning in the course, I would like to invite Vivek sir to talk further in detail on what would be the content of the course.
Thank you, Kamal. Thank you, Kamal. What we'll be talking on this course is basically about what is the market profiling and trading profiles of various traders. Why should they be taking up options as a route of trading? What are the factors that will affect the price of a stock? How are the prices going to affect the option strike prices of the same trading commodity? We'll talk to you all of that. We'll definitely talk to you about indicators that we have used in our normal trading sessions. We will talk about advanced indicators that you will like to use over here. Advanced indicators are indicators basically which are more refined, mathematically calculated, and helping you to identify your entry levels and your target sets, targets that you are desired to be achieved, probable targets to be achieved. Those are advanced indicators that are taught to you over here. Along with this, we will next proceed and talk to you about the option geeks. Now, option geeks is something which is normally talked of in awe. What are the options? Why do we trade options? Why were options initially initiated? What are option geeks? The alpha, beta, theta, gamma, rho, all these are all factors which are going to be affecting your option prices. You must understand these geeks, how they would affect your price, because that is how your trading would get affected. Then we'll talk to you about the various types of options, in the money, out of the money, and at the money options, how each of them are different, how each of them has to be treated. Why are they different? Why are they going to give you different returns? The same counter, the same company, but different option strike prices will make a different strategy altogether. Then we talk about open interest. Open interest is something which is what is the interest of the market in that specific counter. And in that counter, within that counter, at which price is the market most interested in? Now, all that is only obtained to you by giving you an open interest analysis and talking to you about open interest. It's a very important factor on options activity. Then, of course, the various types of options, OTMs, ITMs, ATMs, put calls, puts and calls, both options. Then, are you going to go naked? Not naked without clothes, but naked without a cover. Are you going to go covered or are you going to go hedged? These are various strategies and options coming in. Everything is being covered. We are covering up all bases of options, the basic basis of options, before we start talking about option strategies. Now, option strategies, we will make you start thinking as if you are a deep-pocketed institution or a bank, because they are the ones who move the market. So you have to think like them. And when you think like them, you trade like them. So you will be taught how do you identify what option is to be used. Do you use a straddle, a strangle, a synthetic, or a condo? What kind of strategy you're going to use under what scenario? Is it a climbing market? Is it a falling market? Is it a sideways market? Is it a range-bound market? So my strategies and options also will change. Then do I do option buying or do I do option selling? Mostly institutions will be doing option selling because that is where you require more funds. So we will teach you option selling. But is option selling the only way out of making money? No, it is not. That is where small traders like me, like you, like all of us are. How we would play as an option buyer is what we would teach you as a tweaked strategy to your option selling. We would teach you how institutions are selling. We would then teach you how you could be a buyer with a smaller capital playing on the same strategy.
Okay.
That is a tweak that we would give you, which is normally not available otherwise. If you can Google it, you can YouTube it, you will find a lot of option selling strategies. We would not only teach you that, we would also teach you option buying strategies. Right? So in buying, your loss is clearly demarcated, is limited, but your profits become unlimited. Whereas in selling, your profits are clearly marked, your losses can be unlimited. That is why you require to be a person with deep pockets whenever you're selling. So keeping that constant of our financial viability in mind, we have included option buying as a strategy also. So we talk about that. And in the whole thing, a lot of hands-on process is being done, wherein we will ask you to actually start toying with open interest, start toying with ideas of how do you build up a strategy, how do you trade, so that you, as an individual trader, can learn and identify which strategy suits best to your personality. Each individual is a unique personality on its own. So every unique personality will always have a unique strategy to play on. You have to identify your unique strategy and capitalize on that. We would rather make you, as Bruce Lee would say, I am very scared of my opponent who's practiced one kick 1,000 times rather than the opponent who's practiced 1,000 kicks once. So we would rather make our learners specialists in whatever strategy that they want to do. But any and every strategy will always be profitable if your strategy is followed up diligently with rules, with discipline. Right? Now, the entire process, entire course is approximately 36 hours. We say 36 hours, but I can be dead sure it will prolong itself to almost about 45 to 50 hours. Because whenever we start a session, our starting time is always fixed. When we close, we ourselves don't know. So always keep that in mind. If you're going to start on Friday evening at 8:30, the session is from 8:30 to 10:30. Be ready to have it extended till midnight.
Okay.
And so that is why Friday and Saturday midnight, because Saturday can be a relaxed day. Most of you are having holidays. Sunday is definitely an off day. So you all can sleep late, go for your groceries late if required. But spend time learning and studying, because that is going to be remunerative for you, remunerative for life. It will be a torture for 4 weekends, but rewarding for lifetime.
Yeah.
Right? Whatever we teach you can be applied globally on every and any part of the world. Any and every tradable instrument, you can apply it to them. You are allowed to attend our refresher sessions. The site says 6 months, but till we are around, we permit our learners to come as often as they want, because we know each session brings in a new learning, each session brings in a new perspective. So the more the refresher you take, the more refined as a learner you will get. Money back through option trading or profits is always an option which we always offer, because we share our trades. And when we share our trades, we expect our learners to take the trades not in the same quantum as we would be doing it, but in a smaller quantum, in such a way that the money that you paid us as fees is recovered as profits. During the process, on completion, you will be asked to join a WhatsApp premium channel group of ours, wherein past students are already there, who are sharing their trades, who are talking about trades, who are analyzing the trades. You could learn from them by observing, or you will be asked in process to give your inputs also by adding your trades. And the mentors, the trainers, and your senior students would always correct you there. Is always a hand-holding and a collective growth process. We believe in collective growth. So the collective growth will only happen when somebody senior, somebody who's gone through the same rigmarole as you guys will go, will start correcting you and telling you how things can change. So that is the learning experience you will get by interacting with them. Of course, without saying, you will get a completion certificate once you complete the course, which will be given to you as on the last day of the course. What is required is a computer or a laptop. A smartphone would do, but smartphone is definitely not acceptable. If you're using a smartphone, you're only doing it because you're traveling. Why do we insist on a computer or laptop? Because we share a lot of charts while we are teaching, and it's quite difficult to see them on smartphones. So we would always prefer people taking laptops and computers. I have known my students, my learners, who have actually attended our sessions on their widescreen televisions, because they want to see our faces big. They want to see our charts even bigger. Right? So it's easier to absorb it. So which is why bigger the screen, better is the absorption. Right? So that's the way it's going to be. Of course, a dedicated internet, because the entire session is going to be on Zoom. So that's the way it is. Next, we will talk to you about the fees. The fee currently is, original fee was $675, which Kamal has knocked it down to $625. There is a referral fee also available. If you can get in your friends, you get a $30 referral fee. There is no limitations to the number of referrals you can give us. So you can actually recover your fees also by referrals and also by profits that you take. Right? That's the way we would talk about it. What are we expecting? What kind of students are we expecting? We are expecting students who understand a little bit of trading, who know what basic indicators are, who basically understand what chartings are. And then we are adding to their experience by adding advanced indicators, advanced strategies into that. So basic knowledge of stocks would be considered to be mandatory. for you to pick up a futures and options course. Right?
Which app normally you recommend for futures and options? Like
Come
which
again,
bank?
sir?
Interactive broker, a trading platform.
Trading platform is Interactive Broker, because we would,
Interactive
very
broker.
simple and all, though are now venturing into options and futures, but we would always recommend Interactive Brokers, because people who are doing trading in options and futures are going to be regular traders on frequent basis. So regular
Right.
traders on frequent basis, they would require to take multiple trades or at least 1 or 2 trades a day. So we always recommend Interactive Brokers to them. Not that the other brokers are wrong or are bad, they are good, but Interactive is supposed to be most cost efficient and effective and easy to use.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Any questions on futures and options?
Nope.
No. All right. If ever you have, feel free to stop us anytime in between.
Yeah.
The next session after that is going to be on the basic trading course, which is stocks and crypto trading course. This is again a 4-weekend course where we will normally talk about the various markets in North America, basically the Nasdaq, the Dow Jones, and the TSX in Canada. Right? We talk about, always introduce to you about first what trading is all about, defining what trading is all about in terms of fundamental and technical trading analysis. And we will introduce to you a little bit of fundamental terms which are used, because whenever you hear a commentator in the market, he will talk about some technical terms used in both fundamental or technical analysis. And as a trader, you should not be looking for the encyclopedia to understand what he's talking about. So we would introduce these terms to you and talk to you about it. The entire course is basically technical analysis oriented and not fundamental analysis oriented. So we would spend more time on technical analysis rather than fundamental analysis. Next, we talk to you about is the kind of trading instruments you have, the kind of trading can you do, whether be it long term, be it mid term, short term, be it swing trade, be it momentum trade, or be it a day trade. We talk about all of that. Then we will also introduce to you and clarify to you what are the accounts that you can trade in. Your RRSP accounts, your TFSA accounts, your registered RESP accounts, or your cash margin accounts, which are also known as personal trading accounts. Right? Mm-hmm. There is a cash account, there is a margin account. We talk of the margin account, but we always suggest our learners never to use a margin account. Mm-hmm. Right? Then we talk about what are the platforms available in the Canada market, US market, which I already talked about. Thereafter, we start talking to you about technical analysis of a company. Now, whatever we teach you in technical analysis is valid across the globe on any stock market or on any market which trades any tradable instrument. When I say tradable instrument, it means stock markets, it means stocks, it means futures, it will mean options, it will mean commodities, it will mean gold, it will mean oil, it will mean currencies, it will mean bitcoins, it could mean art, anything and everything. Anything that is traded, which has money involved into it, you can bring in technical analysis to trade. Mm-hmm. Right? So we will start talking about all of that. Then in that process, we will make it a point to teach you a new language. Since we are communicating today, we are communicating in English because all of us understand this language clearly. When you are trading, English is not the only language that you can trade in. You are trading, watching candles and candlesticks. So you should understand the graphical language, what the candlesticks are trying to talk to you about. So we'll talk to you about candlestick language, teach you how to read a picture, how to communicate with a picture. And the picture will tell you whether you should buy it or you should sell it. That is what trading is all about. Buying at low, selling at high. Very clearly, buying at low, selling at high. You will never buy at high and sell at low. That is the best way of saying thank you to the capital that you have brought into the market. So you always buy low, sell at high. How do you understand this? By learning to talk to the markets through candlestick patterns. So we'll teach you candlestick patterns, simple candlesticks, complex candlestick patterns, then give you a trading secret of the best of the traders of the world, supports and resistances, how they are to be used. It is the best open kept secret of the world. Every trader in the world will use it, but will never acknowledge it.
Which one?
Supports and resistance.
Right.
It's the best kept secret in the world. Every trader in the world uses it, but never acknowledges it. So you should learn to show gratitude in saying that, yes, you are making profits because of this. So we'll teach you all this. When we teach you support and resistances, we will make certain you're not wearing your suits, you're not wearing your sleeves, full sleeve shirts, your sleeves are all rolled up because you're drawing these lines yourself.
Okay.
You're going to be practicing how to draw supports and resistances because that is the basic of your career to start earning money.
Yeah.
Right? So you will learn to draw your supports, learn to draw your resistances, learn to draw trend lines, and then start moving on to chart patterns and indicators. 4 types of indicators: trend, volume, momentum, and volatility. We will teach you some indicators in each one of them. Every chart, every stock will always have these 4 indicators: the trend, the volume, momentum, and the volatility. We will teach you some indicators in each category, and then as a learner or as a practitioner, a trader, you will choose which indicator matches your personality the best and learn to use them. Right? Thereafter, we will teach you 2 more candlestick patterns, Heikin-Ashi and Renko. Right? And then start teaching you 1 strategy or 2 strategies or 3 strategies or 4 strategies. In effect, you will learn about 6 strategies altogether. All of them. You have to learn all 6 and choose which one matches your personality. Thereafter, we will talk to you about risk management. Every trader's desire is risk management. How do you secure your capital so that you can trade for a longer run? That's the ammunition which you have to fire. To trade, you require capital. So we teach you risk management and we teach you position sizing to understand how do you extend the longevity of your capital. So not only do you have to extend the longevity of your capital, you have to make compounding profits also. So you would do that using your risk-reward ratio. And then to top it all of it, we will teach you, how many stocks there are in the US market? Can you put a number to it? Almost about how many? 2,000? 5,000 stocks?
10,000.
10,000 would be a little too much. But even if it is so much, can you track so many stocks at a time? You can't.
No.
You can only track 4, 5, 10 stocks. So we'll teach you stock screening. How do you screen stocks which you could trade the next day, the next week, the next month? So that's it. Stock screening process will be taught to you. And then we come last, but the most important is psychology of a trader, psychology of an investor, and psychology of the markets. How do you find out the psychology? How do you trade with the psychology of the market so that you learn to swim the tide, swim with the flow, swim with the tide, and make most returns on your capital that you deploy. So that is the entire course content of the trading course. Again, a 4-weekend course. Here, as I've already communicated to you, Hemal, and I can again communicate to people here. If you are a group of friends who want to come in together, we are amenable and open to shifting the time from Saturday, Sunday mornings to weekday evenings or weekend evenings. And it can be tailored to your size, to your choice. Because the idea is to teach you a skill. Currently, most of you are in your respected career, well established. This skill will basically help you to add a secondary source of income into your current primary source. And the intention is that you learn the skill, acquire the skill, get it free for life, and steadily convert that, which is a secondary source of income, to a primary source of income, so that your life can be more comfortable, more relaxed on your own terms. You can live your life. Terms of your time which you devote to it, terms of how much time you want to enjoy with your friends and your family and with the children, rather than being bogged down in a career, in listening to instructions and following them. Time required for this is approximately about 22 hours. Again, we say 2 hours per day, 8 days in a month, or 8 days in the next 4 weeks. We talk about 22 hours, we will always extend this to 25 to 26 hours. There are times when I start teaching, I get so engrossed in the flow, I can actually go on for about 4 to 5 hours at a stretch without break in just talking about teaching that activity. So that is the reason why Kamal in his introduction to me did say, I tend to rub off my passion onto my learners.
That's good.
So I do that. I like to do that because if I rub off my passion, I know I've given a part of mine to my learner, and he in turn will pass it on to his friends across. Again, requirements: we require to have a laptop, a computer screen, a dedicated internet, and of course, a clean slated mind, keen to learn. That's very important. In the entire process, specifically for this course, as a chief instructor here, or as the lead, as a lead instructor or chief instructor, I insist on instilling a new concept of discipline in most of my learners.
Mhm.
Because come what may, markets doesn't wait for you to wake up and smell coffee. Markets will open up on that time. As the time they do due to open up every day. They don't wait whether Vivek is there or not, whether Kamal is there or not. They will open the market. So that is the discipline that I will try and incorporate in you, that we will start on dot that time. So it's good to be early, so you are prepared for your questions. In the entire process of teaching for both the courses, we normally start about half an hour early, clear the previous doubts, whatever the learners may have, and then start on dot time when we are scheduled to start. Right? Our closing time, like all corporate companies, is never fixed. We will continue to be in our session till the last query in the mind of the learner is resolved during the same session. The general rule is you have a query, you ask that query immediately without waiting or without feeling awkward that I'm disturbing the flow of the presenter. You will ask the query there and then. That is when the query has to be resolved there and then, which is why we don't have a closing time. Our closing time is only when the students or the learners tell us, sir, no more queries. We are done for the day. We are exhausted. We are done. That is when we say thank you very much and we close the session there.
Okay.
Now, for all this torture that I will give you for 4 weeks, we will charge you approximately $425, which was originally priced at $475. Right? Here again, the referral fee for any friends that you bring in is worth about $20. Right? So, any questions? Feel free to ask us.
No.
No? Good, lovely. So, as committed to you earlier, this session is, we are planning to start in July, but we are open to starting this batch earlier also if we get queries that they want to start earlier.
So
we are
one question
open to
is,
yes,
recently
sure.
the batch that got concluded this today, right? How many
That's
students were there in that batch?
We were about 3 students in that batch.
Okay.
We are not very keen on taking 25, 30 students, because then the concentration cannot be given to every student. And we are very clear, the idea of teaching is not monetary, is not profits, is rather imparting of knowledge. So even if I get 1 student, 2 student, I do not mind teaching, provided I know that those students are keen to learn.
Right.
That is my intention. The monetary effect is only to cover the expenses that we incur, nothing else, because we don't make much profit on this. We rather make profits in our trading than teaching.
Yeah. Well, of course. Yeah.
That is the way it goes. It's a process of giving back to the society what society has given to us. The 4 mentors, if you can just show me the faces again, Kamal. No, the 5 of us, the 4 of us. Basically, the 5 of us are, I'll tell you who they are. There is Kamal, there is Tahir, there is Aditya, there is Vivek, and there is myself. Now, each one of us has learned stock trading through trial and error method. Some of us have also undergone some structured training. If you ask me personally, I can give you an open secret. Go onto YouTube, go to the website that you have our topics. You can search topic by topic. You will get umpteen number of YouTube videos to check and learn.
Yeah.
Right? I'm not talking about it. I'm saying it's openly available. It's an open source available, free source available.
Yeah,
you can do it.
They can learn.
Yeah. What we are priding in is we have used our expertise of approximately about 8 decades between the 5 of us. Structured a course so that you will learn the entire trading in a structured manner. Now, Hemal, you would be well aware, you did not learn programming when you were in kindergarten. You learned programming only after your graduation or after your 12th. That is the way structuring happens. Similarly, in stock markets, you have to learn it in a structured manner. A doctor would spend some time becoming a graduate, 5 years or 4 years in learning medicine, then 2 years of internship, then 3 years of doing masters in medicine, and then 2 more years of internship by the time he's 35, 36. In trading, you cannot expect to learn everything within 1 day and start training tomorrow. It requires to be learned in a structured manner. What we will teach you in 4 days or in 8 days is going to be a structured learning. And again, I'm repeating this. This is not all inclusive, all comprehensive. It is still quite basic. You will still have to learn, but this basic is enough to you to earn a handsome return on a weekly basis, on a daily basis, on a monthly basis. Now, how much is the handsome? That you will have to ask me in person later on whenever we sit in class. Because during my class, I actually demonstrate how much could you earn on single trades within a week or within a day or within a month.
Yeah.
Right? As a precursor to what I want to tell you, last Sunday, when we were in our penultimate class, I did share a trade with my learners of the previous batch. right? They bought Apple at 171. At that time, when I told them Apple was trading at 172.75, I told them we'll buy Apple at 171. Monday, it touched. By Thursday, the target given to them was 175. Thursday, 175 were touched. Friday, 176 also were touched.
Yeah.
So if you can talk about that, $4 or $5 on an investment of $171 is approximately about 2.5%.
Yeah.
Right. So 3 days, 2.5%, just as a sample of it.
Is a phenomenon. Yeah.
Absolutely. So this is something which you can do on a regular basis. That is what you would do if you were doing just the trading course, not even the futures and option course, just the trading course.
Yeah.
Right. Our in-person seminar, Kamal has already spoken to you. It was quite an interactive session last year when I was there in person. This time also, I will be addressing that gathering, but over a Zoom call. And last time I had shared, I think Uday was also there. Uday was also one of the speakers. And I had shared my personal legacy portfolio creation strategy at that point, which I may repeat this time also, and add one more topic in the future. So the in-person seminar will be another session. So
yeah, I know I can't join because I have a family visiting from US, so we'll be busy with them.
The best thing if your family visiting from US is to call them and ask them, come spend half a day, learn, and have a beautiful lunch and go back from Niagara. So visit Niagara, learn, acquire some knowledge, have a great lunch, visit Niagara, and you can then spend your Sunday or Saturday wherever you want it. So your family would be more, your friends and family will be much more happier.
Yeah. Now that, sir, you have talked about lunch, and it's 2:30. It's time for lunch, and
it's time for lunch.
So I would like to correlate this. Vivek sir rightly said that you can invite your family members to come here, have a lunch, and take them for a evening tour to Niagara Falls as well. Now, talking about lunch, after food for our brain and mind with the GMT courses, now this is going to be news for Vivek sir as well. As of today, we are doing a pre-launch of our new stream, restaurant business. We are starting with our kitchen, and I am saying as a pre-launch at a lunchtime. I know looking at this menu, you might be feeling little tempting. We are starting with Indian Filipino cuisine. The chef is Filipino, so you see menus here. These are Filipino dishes which we would be selling at a event which is organized by Filipino Canadian Association here in Niagara Falls tomorrow. So as part of our pre-launch today, we already have delivered 3 pre-orders since today morning, and at this lunchtime, I would say if your family comes here, Himal, GMT is going to take care of their lunch as well.
Thank you.
The pictures look quite tempting if you ask me, Kamal. I've already had my dinner, but I don't mind having one more after this.
Yes. So the menu here is, although the names are Filipino, but in terms of the menu, you would have had this kind of a menu before. It's rice, egg, either chicken or beef or Shanghai roll. So the C log stands for combination of chicken and egg along with beef, Shanghai roll or chicken. So
Lovely.
we would be starting with our first event that will be tomorrow, and we will be
So is
we
it
have already started the online ordering. It's a pre-order that was
so is it your business,
delivered to me.
Kamal?
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Good.
So
Now this is what I mean calling it a third source of income. Not only second income, we're starting a third source of income now.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, so the reason why we have kept name as kitchen is because as of now this kitchen is from our new kitchen in Niagara Falls.
Lovely.
Good. Very good.
Lovely. Congratulations, Kamal, once again.
Yeah, this is amazing.
And
Congratulations.
congratulations to the chef whom I know also. So I'll send a separate congratulating note to them, to her.
Yes, thank you. And for those who can, you are always welcome to Niagara Falls, not just for seeing the beauty of the falls, but also have a visit at our place and to our kitchen where we can take care of your meals and for your taste. It could be Indian or a new Filipino taste if you want to try. So I think with that, we covered more than the course orientation. So,
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for that. Thank you for covering both the courses.
Most welcome.
yes. Regarding the course registration or even the food course order, on the website, you can just follow the steps of any e-commerce site. It would be just 3 steps that you go to the cart, add your details and complete the payment, and you would receive a notification of the confirmation in the course enrollment. In terms of the registration, if you need any help, please feel free to reach out either in the GMT WhatsApp group or directly to me, and I'll be happy to help. If you still have any question, sorry, Himal, you had any question?
No.
Yeah, if you have any question, please feel free to ask now or also later. I'll be happy to answer those to make you feel confident in going for registering with the course. And the course duration we have kept based on our format. The course batch timing, we are flexible for our learners so that we make sure that they join the live class, because the interaction that happens, the learning that happens in the live classroom is more than watching the recording, although we share the recording just as an additional aid, just in case you are not able to avoid any of your personal commitments and you miss the class. But we encourage you to join the class so that the queries could be answered and you get to learn from the peers when they ask any questions. So that way the class is interactive and the learning is much more than just watching the recording.
Yeah.
Right. So I think
Sounds
with
good.
that, I am good. Vivek sir, any last parting note?
No, just thank you very much for your time.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, both of you, and for this.
Yeah.
Most welcome.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And
Thank you,
good night,
Hemal.
sir. It's already midnight there.
Yes, it's just 12:15.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you, Kamal.
Most
Yeah.
welcome.
Thank you, Hemal. And thank you all those who are watching now or will be watching later. Thanks.
Yeah.